was a lot. Like, the sun's ashes. The sun's ashes. Who is stealing ashes out of an urn to put in a necklace? Why are we doing this in the year of our Lord 2020? Make it make sense. I'm stressed. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I'm always wearing black. That's okay. It's a vibe. So today I have a different type of video format. What's the word? Well, whatever. It's something that I am doing that I would love to share with you guys, and maybe in the future get some different people to come on and do it with me. And by the title, obviously you guys probably can tell what it is. I'm going to be reading through Am I the Asshole posts and reacting to them in real time. So I used to be on Reddit all the time, mostly to read Am I the Asshole and like relationship advice and all of that. For those of you who do not have any sort of previous experience with Am I the Asshole, basically people will put up scenarios of different like, just some of them are terrible, some of them are just really like out there, and then they ask the people of Reddit, are they the asshole? So I'm going to be giving my verdict on some of these. Currently I'm reading them on Twitter. On Instagram. They followed me from Reddit to Instagram. So I had the chance to look at some of the titles, but I haven't read the stories yet. So I'm going to be reading the stories with you. So y'all let me know if you think that some of these people are the asshole, because the way that some of these be going, oh my god. All right, here's the first one. Am I the asshole for refusing a necklace with my son's ashes after my husband let his mother take the urn? This looks like a long, oh my god, this is a long story. All right, here we go. Let's see. My son Tom passed away 4 months ago at the age of 6. This is already sad. He had a heart condition that robbed him of living his childhood like any other kid. He was such an angel and he loved food so much. I tried to feed him as much as I could because he was so thin and didn't have enough energy to run around and play because of his condition. This is sad. My husband's family were directly involved in my son's care. They were always there, but they never stayed at the hospital so I could go home and get some sleep. They stopped their kids from being around him. They did not help at all. When my son passed away, they felt free to take his belongings, clothes, toys, blankets, and my mother-in-law insisted to have a burial service, but I chose to have him cremated and kept his ashes in an urn inside my bedroom. This is already so sad. My mother-in-law started visiting regularly. She didn't do that when he was alive, just visited the hospital. And she started talking about making ashes pendants for me, my husband, and her family as a way to carry Tom's memory with us and keep him close wherever we go. She told me that my brother-in-law loved Tom so much and wanted a pendant made for him as well. I was stunned and I didn't know what to tell her. I remember telling her that this was never gonna happen, and that all those family members have their kids with them, and that I was the one who lost a son. She started arguing, talking about how important Tom was to her and the family, and that my husband would agree with this fair treatment instead of keeping an urn in my bedroom and refusing to let the family share their grief. I told her there was no way I'd say yes. She seemed so upset and took it personally, started berating me and talking about how everyone else was trying to show support and that was the last time we spoke. This is long, like winded. I got invited to a road trip by my family to help me relieve so much stress, and when I returned after 6 days, I found that my son's urn was gone. What? My husband showed me a necklace that he said had my son's ashes in it, and pulled out another one that belonged to him that was in the shape of a cross. He told me that his mom made necklaces for me, him, her, brother-in-law with our son's ashes, paid money to get it done so we could all have Tom with us. I was in a shock and had to sit down for a minute. Turned out he allowed his mom to take the urn while I was gone, and his defense was that his family cared so much for Tom and they all deserved to keep a memorial necklace as a way to remember him. I yelled at him that this was my son, not theirs. She had no right to take the urn and do what she wanted with it, especially when I told her no. I was so mad with him, I couldn't even look at him. I took my things and went back to my family and refused to take the necklace that she put thousands on. I called her and berated her for her awful behavior and told her she was selfish and inconsiderate for taking my son from me like that. My husband is trying to apologize, but I can't accept he did this and betrayed me. Holy shit. Okay, so her son is alive and her entire family treats him like shit. He dies. They take all his belongings, his toys, all his stuff. She says, I would like to have my son cremated, put in an urn, because that was my son. Okay. And then the husband allows his mom to come in and make necklaces with the ashes that the wife had already said she didn't want to be done. What in the hell? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Not the asshole. Okay, so, oh my god. So, this is just a lot. So, as a side note, there are ways to categorize people. You say not the asshole, you're the asshole, or everyone sucks here, or no assholes here. So in this one, OP, you are not the asshole. You had specific instructions on how you wanted your son's ashes to be treated. You said you wanted it in an urn for you because it's your son and you were the one that was there for your son, and your mother-in-law did not respect that. I don't understand what it is with people not respecting other people's decisions when it comes to shit that belongs to them. That was her son. Can you imagine, dude, the audacity to ask your daughter-in-law for the ashes of a son that she just lost, that you didn't give a fuck about when the son was alive? What is with people memorializing people after death? I don't get it. If you don't appreciate the person when they're alive, don't come back with a different type of energy once they're gone. And the husband sucks. The husband fucking sucks. Because if that was my partner and my mom, I know she wouldn't do this, but if my mom came to me and was like, hey, you know, your son just died, can I have the ashes to put in a necklace? I'd be like, you already talked to my partner. They already said no. So no. Oh my god. This is just... If someone does not respect you and your wishes, even in death of, you know, your child, girl, leave this man. Him and his whole family are crazy. Gross. I really can't get... what a way to start off this video. I really cannot. Okay, maybe this next one will be a little bit lighter, because that was heavy. Like, your son didn't... How old did he make it to 6? Like, I just don't understand. Yeah, 4 months ago, at the age of 6, they couldn't even let that boy and be dead for a year. Couldn't even let the mother grieve. Okay. All right, next. Am I the asshole for telling my sister's simp followers she has a boyfriend? Pause. Anytime anyone says simp, it's about to be a whole lot of hoo-hoo. Okay. Oh God. My sister has some social media accounts, OnlyFans, Twitch streaming, IG, etc. with a massive following, probably like 100K followers on all of them combined. And people there often buy her shit, call her a waifu. Am I just not internet literate? I don't know what that means. And really just simp on her like how they simp for other streamers like Pokimane, Niku. This is a bunch of people that I don't know. Okay, some of these dumbasses give her half their paychecks and beg her to respond to their comments or mention them in a stream. It's so fucking cringe and pathetic. I used to be a simp. I idolized the shit out of this girl who pretty much just used me. I know how it feels to be a simp, to be manipulated. Sorry. Okay. To be manipulated and abused in the hopes the girl will give you attention. It's really fucked up. I know it's hard to feel bad for simps, but I was one of them, and I met a girl who showed me how relationships should be equal partnerships, not this one-sided bullshit where men do everything to please a girl while she treats them like shit. I interrupted her live stream to show a picture of her and her boyfriend, and then my girlfriend posted pictures of her and her boyfriend or links to it in the comments of her post. Her fan base dropped significantly and people unfollowed her and made posts saying how pissed they were that she never mentioned having a boyfriend and how betrayed they felt because they all thought they'd have a chance with her. She pretty much lost 90% of her revenue from this. She's fucking pissed and blocked me and said I'm no longer her brother. My girlfriend and I think we did the right thing. These men have an addiction, an obsession like a gambler, drug addict, or those addicted to mobile games, where they're going to waste all their money on them and perhaps they'll find another girl to simp on. I'm sure many will realize they need to stop simping. Okay, wait. Okay, Ooh. Alright, so your sister has social media. She posts on social media, whatever she chooses to post, has a combined following of about 100,000 people on different platforms. And you and your girlfriend decided to post that she had a boyfriend under her post. Why? Why? What do you get out of this? Like, what? I don't understand. Yeah, okay, there's just like so much to unpack here. I feel like, first of all, whatever she decides to post online, relationship status, whether she's in a relationship, not in a relationship, whatever, is none of your business, okay? If she wants to post her relationship and, you know, just do all that, cool. If she decides not to post her relationship, also her decision, so cool. You deciding that you can dictate what other people have access to in her own personal life is gross. Don't do that. Two, if people are really online thinking that they can have access to someone else and like have a chance to date her simply because she posts online, let them live their fantasy. Who cares? Like, I just let them continue to live in this fantasy, okay? She sounds like she's someone who is taking advantage of the patriarchal setup of the fucking world right now. And she's making coins. She's not hurting anybody. Clearly her and her boyfriend have discussed, I should hope so, discussed, you know, what she's free to share or not share on the internet. And if he doesn't care, why the fuck should you? Also, what is this about him? What did he say? I used to be a simp. I idolized the shit out of this girl who pretty much used me. Blah, to be manipulated and abused in the hopes the girl will give you attention. Not this one-sided bullshit where men do everything to please a girl while she treats them like shit. First of all, most of these people that even use the word simp or, you know, call other men simps for doing anything, usually it's like the most basic of, like, it's just like the most basic action ever. Like, a man could be like, hey, you know, why don't we treat women with dignity and respect? And some man will pop out and just be like, simp, you're a simp. So I'm not really feeling bad for this guy, so you're the asshole, OP, because stay out of your motherfucking sister's business. Stay out of women's business. Just get out. Like, she wasn't hurting anybody. I just, why fuck up someone's flow just because you're mad that you had some bad relationship with a woman that didn't even know that you existed a long time ago? If you have so-called fixed your simping issues, this isn't proof of that. Let your sister get her coins. Why are you mad? God. All right. Next. Am I the asshole for taking away my siblings' free food privileges from the restaurants I own because they kept on telling me I deserved not to get any money from my father in his will? Is this like a plot to a show right now? Because okay, this looks like it's gonna be hefty. All right, here we go. Buckle up. So my dad died. Wait. So my dad. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's try that again. So my dad died a few weeks back. Wasn't a shock. He had cancer and had already lived past the time he was given. But before his death, my father told me that he was taking me out of his will because I was already so successful in life. I'm 32 and own 3 restaurants that are still doing good despite current events. Though he did give me my great-grandfather's WW2 World War II M1 911, which I was very happy to get. I don't know if that's a gun, a medal, I don't know what the hell that is, but you got some World War II memorabilia. Congratulations. Now I was upset about being taken out of the will. I didn't feel like doing things right and being successful was a good reason to be kicked out, but I didn't argue it or even really bring it up while my father was living. Arguing about money would have been a way to waste time in my father's final days. Anyways, fast forward, my father passed and my brother and sister, let's call them James and Holly, received $750,000 from my father in his will. Now, they aren't poor, but it is a big jump between what they make and what I make. I brought up what my father said, and I told them I was angry and upset with his reasoning. I felt I was punished for doing right, but James told me Dad was right to cut you out. You make so much you didn't need any more. We do. And Holly followed it up by, why are you complaining? You are already well off. This would have been icing on the cake. Then, as I was trying to think of something to say that was calm, James asked, you aren't going to try to contest this, right? I just waved them off. I didn't want to talk with them, but they kept on telling me that I didn't need it and I better not contest. I told them to stop bringing it up and let me be upset for a little while, then I will get over it. But they didn't. They had in their minds I was going to contest and try to get $250,000 from each of them. I had no plans to contest it. It was my father's wish not to give me the money, and despite my objection to his reasoning, I will respect that. But after another confrontation about how I didn't need and didn't deserve any money, I told James and Holly that my restaurants that they frequent and enjoy will no longer be free to eat at anymore, as I was tired of them confronting me. Now, James and Holly are mad at me, saying I am doing this because I am mad about them getting the inheritance, which in part is true. I am upset by that, but had they just let me be mad, I would have gotten over it. But am I the asshole for taking away their free family discount at my restaurants? No, you are not the asshole. This is weird. I feel like, is it my thing is, okay, regardless of if it's $750,000 a person or $750,000 in total that they had to share, it just, okay, he said, his father said that he wasn't gonna get any money. He said, alright, cool, all good, I've got 3 restaurants, I'm doing good for myself, don't really understand your reasoning for why, but I'm not gonna argue with you while you're alive, because we're not gonna waste time talking about money, and I want to make sure that I'm not gonna contest it. Cool. I don't know if James and Holly wanted a fight, an argument. Did y'all want to go to court? Did y'all want him to contest it? I'm confused, because if someone to me says, hey, like, just give me some time to be mad about something and then we'll move on, I'm gonna give you time to be mad about it. Come back when you're done stewing, when you've, you know, gone through it, and then, you know, we can go from there. But to be upset that he's not upset, is weird. So I would do the same thing. Y'all ain't getting no fucking food. Y'all have coins now. Pay for the food. That's such a, I feel like it's like a good, what's the word? Like a good, it's like petty but not too petty, and it's like a good balance. You know what I mean? It's like they can afford to pay for the food now. Who cares? Yeah. So to whoever you are, OP, you are not the asshole. No, because that's weird. I don't like that. Okay, I might do like one more. Let's see. Oh, let's do this one. Okay, would I be the asshole if I refused to go to my daughter's wedding because my wife isn't invited? Whew. Okay, I never wanted children. I was always careful, always wore a condom, but somehow I ended up getting my ex pregnant. I begged her to abort or consider adoption, but she wanted to keep the pregnancy. We ended up moving in together, and I met my wife around the same time. Hold up. Okay, maybe they'll explain that. We were in the same friend group, and I was instantly very attracted to her. I guess people call it an emotional affair. I told her about my problems, and she was supportive and believed if a woman could abort, a man should have the right to walk away. My ex gave birth to twins, and I stayed for the first 6 months, but honestly, I just didn't love them. God damn. I didn't want to be a father. The feelings weren't there, and I was becoming very depressed. I hated my life, and I think if I stayed, I would have... I lost my place. I would have ended up severely depressed or an alcoholic. My wife graduated around that time and was moving back to California. We were in New York, so across the country. She said I should come with her and start over. She said something that really stuck with me about how if I don't walk away now, I can't do it in 5 years, and right now is the moment to hurt my kids the least. I told my ex that it wasn't working out and I didn't want to be a dad. I moved to California and married my wife, but I paid all of my child support, paid for their education, extracurriculars, etc. When the twins were 18, they wanted to meet me, and I felt ready. My son and I built a good relationship, but my daughter hates my wife. She wants her to apologize for telling me it was alright to leave, which obviously, even if she did say that, I made the decision. Oh, this is hefty. There's so many problems with okay, my daughter is getting married and recently said my wife is not invited. I told her that it is incredibly disrespectful and you can't invite half of a couple. She said she is selfish and evil and just said those things so I'd move with her. I fully paid for this wedding, which I probably wouldn't have if I knew this ahead of time, but I told her I would not publicly disrespect my wife. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Wait. Let's back it up. You got your ex pregnant somehow, some way. You don't like kids. I get that. I don't want to have kids. I understand. You don't want to have kids. You don't like kids. Your ex got pregnant. Okay. You say get rid of the baby. She says I'm gonna keep the baby. You say okay, cool. Has babies, has twins. Now, you meet your future wife at a party. You're having an emotional affair with your future wife. Future wife says, hey, you should leave because you won't hurt their feelings right now. So you dip and you go to California. Okay, it's just, wow. Oh my God. And then you have, your son is cool. Your daughter's getting married, you paid for the wedding, and then your daughter says, hey, I don't want your new wife there. Wow. Okay, so what is the question? It says, would I be the asshole if I refused to go to my daughter's wedding because my wife wasn't invited? Okay. I feel like it could go two ways. One hand, I'm like, you know, they are married, so from the daughter's perspective, if I invited my dad and stepmom, and I didn't like the stepmom and only wanted my dad to come, it does come off like a little bit shitty. You know, it's like they're married, kind of like a get over it kind of thing, and just like have both of them come. You don't have to like really engage with your stepmom, but she could be there. And then on the other hand, I'm like, it's her wedding, it's her day, she doesn't have a relationship with the stepmom, and if the stepmom doesn't come, you as a father, are you really just not gonna come to the wedding at all? Okay, I feel like regardless, he should go. I think if you're going to make an effort to be part of your kid's life, you know, now that they're older, in whatever, you know, circumstances that you can, I feel like he should go. I think that if it's going to cause a, you know, a circus for the stepmom to come, just, I feel like this is one of those things where you're just like, you know what, honey, I chose you 18 years ago. I'm gonna choose my daughter for a day, like a day, you know, just like one day. This one's hard. Yeah, I think give it up. Just go to the wedding. You've already missed out on 18 years of your kid's life. 18 plus, I don't know how old, you know, the kids are now, but you've already missed out on their life. You clearly chose your current wife over your kids, and then your child is telling you that, like, hey, I don't like this woman, she's mean to me, she's blah blah blah. Just go to the wedding. Your wife can stay home. That's how I feel about it. I don't know. Yeah, I just it's like a half and half. It's like, I get it. I get why he wouldn't want to leave his wife at home, but I also get why she would be like, I don't want that woman at my wedding because it's my day. I don't know. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think of all of these different scenarios, because wow, some people really do be having a lot of family issues. Like, I'm stressed and I'm just reading these. I'm not even, oof, Jesus. I'm not even part, but this, I'm telling y'all, this is what I do. I love reading Am I the Asshole and just like really getting into it, because the way that some of these people just be, and then another good part is reading people's responses. Some people's responses are just, you know, depending on background, age, gender, sexual orientation, religion, all that can influence how someone responds and answers. But god damn, that's a lot. Well, come to the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think. What would you have given these different scenarios? Would you want more of these type of videos? I'm gonna do them anyway. I think it would be fun to have someone else do it with me, see how different people respond and answer to these questions. But yeah, Am I the Asshole on Reddit, you know, real life is better than a soap opera sometimes. That should be crazy. But thank you guys for joining me for another video in another location. It's not another location, it's just my living room. But thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next Friday for another video. Bye guys. Why can I never do that correctly? Goodbye.